Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
Episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jamar McKill, my favorite co-host, James Gerwitz. And this morning, man, y'all finna get started with J&J Sports episode 101, you guys. So we are officially in the triple-digit number, James. How you feeling?
I feel excellent. Great to be back and ready for 100 more.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Before we get started, you guys, make sure you guys follow us on all platforms. We are currently live on Twitch at the moment, so our Twitch account will be in this description on this episode. But we got some good stuff, James. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's go ahead and get serious. So, NFL football, first up, man. Russell Wilson has found his place with New York Giants for a 1-year, $21 million deal. Now, James, have you heard about this? And when you heard about this, what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, if I were a Giants fan, I would be excited about this, considering, they had issues there with Daniel Jones for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And they even ended up, paying him the big money, but getting rid of him just shortly afterwards. So,
absolutely,
to have somebody like Russell Wilson is big for the Giants.
Exactly, man. This deal was $10.5 million guaranteed, and he will be their starting quarterback for next year. I think it's a good deal. Me just basing and that's gonna get into this first question, man. Is Russell Wilson worth $20 million currently at this point of his career?
Yes. I think anybody who has won a Super Bowl and has demonstrated that they can do that can definitely go back and win another one. And you look at Peyton Manning, he won early and then he won a lot later in his career. So this could be something like a
Peyton Manning effect. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Not just because of his performance, but that he did with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which, James, I thought they were going to seal him. Even though I know he was a backup and they were expecting he wasn't going to do anything, but he did pretty well with them, which we'll get into them numbers in a second. But yeah, still a football legend, still showing that, look, I'm Russell Wilson, man. I can still play. I can get a team to a good situation. So that's all it's showing. If we look at his stats that he had as a backup this past season, 2,482 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, and a 51.3 QBR. He had a good season. To say, he's older and he's still putting up those numbers, less interceptions. He's looking like a young guy to me, Jen. How you feel about these numbers, man?
Yeah, those are really solid numbers. And, considering the situation where, Pittsburgh wasn't really having to pay Russell because Denver was still on the hook for a lot of his salary. So that was almost kind of just a rental in a way.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was enough to show that he still has it.
He still got it, right, on a different team. We all know when Russ came to the Steelers as a backup, we was not expecting too much. A lot of people were, they were just like he was just a amateur or something like that. You know what I mean? But to have him winning back-to-back games and potentially being the face of that franchise with Mike Tomlin, shout out to Mike Tomlin. The veterans still have it. If he is successful in New York, could we see him getting another $20 million?
I think so. Yeah, some sort of maybe regular contract, maybe 3 or 4 years, and he still has plenty of left in the tank to play. So.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Mike Tomlin, you guys, for putting faith in Russell when a lot of teams didn't. This just shows like Mike Tomlin has a vision that you can't, you know what I mean? He's gonna be a legend once he finishes his coaching career. But he threw an athlete for Russ, man. Honestly, if he is successful in New York, then I don't see an issue. Even though he's 36 right now, he can still be the franchise in New York. I see them giving him an extension.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. I definitely can see that. And then, like I said, not only just him, we're gonna. I believe it's another quarterback they just grabbed too. So New York is from. I really feel like they're changing their situation around, which is good because it's like we want to see them actually kind of do something. Saquon left, Odell left. We want to see what y'all still got.
And if you look at the other people in their division, I mean, they're the weakest link in the division. They've got the Cowboys, the Commanders look excellent, and then you know the Eagles. I don't even have to say very much about them because they're so good.
Yeah, exactly, man. Fun fact about Russell though, man, and he actually played in North Carolina for the Rockies, minor league, 2 years from 2010 to 2011, before transitioning to his football career. Which I could kind of see him being a baseball player. Hey, did you know he played baseball or anything like that?
Yeah, I know he definitely did it through high school and college.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That might be something, you know, after his career he might want to jump back into. You know what I mean? Definitely. And then just to end us off, man, what his experience playing in the northern areas, because that seems like that's where most of his teams he played at in the north. Do you feel like it would be hard for him to adapt to New York? He's currently leaving Pittsburgh, going to New York. Do you feel like, and which fan base is more aggressive, New York or Philadelphia?
I think he's going to adapt to New York really well. You know, Cincinnati native, so he's used to that cold weather, and he's pretty much been in it throughout his whole life, his football career.
Yeah.
And he's going to do well in New York also because, you know, his wife, Sierra, the popular pop singer, so he's already high profile. And, you know, New York, you don't really get much more high profile than that.
Right.
And, you know, looking at their fan base, I definitely have to say Philadelphia has the more aggressive fans.
Right.
They're very passionate for their team, and they're willing to show it outwardly.
Oh, definitely. And New York is pretty tough, too, but I feel like Philly is like, they're really, you know, it gets real serious. I remember when Saquon was kind of talking about the situation, when they played, New York fans were just booing them, this and that. And a lot of the Philly fans would get mad. Like, they were getting turned up, fights. It was just a lot going on, you guys. Y'all let us know which city is more aggressive to y'all, New York or Philadelphia. I really want to know what y'all comments on that. But we're going to get into our sports news of the day. We got a few good ones, James. You ready, man?
Ready.
First up,
J&J Sports.
Coming to y'all live in 2025.